Hello everyone, I'm Batpan, a bat who has black dot challenge. I'm just kidding. This video is actually part 3 of the series we created before called Fears to Fathom Progress Bar in Unity. In the previous parts we actually created the progress bar, and in this video we will actually create the actual function of it happening. This video alongside with the previous parts will be put into the series of videos covering Fears to Fathom functions in Unity. All the scripts and the things needed in this video will be put inside my GitHub. You can get to it with a link in the description. I also published my retro horror game. It's a psychological horror game. If you enjoy twists in the story, I would be very happy if you checked it out. The link is in the description. If you like this video, a like would be amazing. You can subscribe to see more contents like this. You can tell me any comments or any opinions you have. I'll be glad to answer them. With all those being said, let's start the video. So to actually make it work, we need an interaction system, but I actually created the interaction system before and I just want to show you the code. If you watched it, you know how to do it. If you didn't, you can get to it by clicking on top of your screen right now with a link in the description, but I'll just explain it very easily in this video. If you watched our dialogue system from Fears to Fathom as well, you actually know it because it's actually the same script, but I'm gonna open it. So we have a camera and we give our interaction system script to our camera, and I'm gonna open it. I'll put this script in my GitHub as well, so no worry on that. Asking if you can interact or not, then it shoots a raycast, and if it hits something with a tag of mannequin or manic here, it's gonna say if we can actually talk to him or not, and if we press E, it's gonna go ahead and start an enumerator which will let us actually talk to our mannequin. That was with the interaction system. Now we need to change our code, our Fears to Fathom progress bar script. So open it up. For example, I'm gonna say added part 3. So these parts are added in part 3. First, we need a boolean, public boolean. I'm gonna call it run progress. This is equal to false by default. For example, when we interact with something, it should start. So it should turn true. For the next thing, we need a reference to our cam interact. The script I just showed you, this one. So we need a reference to this one, so we're just gonna say public, and I'm gonna give it the name cam interact Fears to Fathom. I'm just gonna call it cam interact. So we need another boolean. It's gonna check if we have did the function once, because inside the void update, it's gonna repeat it again and again, and we just want to do it once. So when it turns true, we don't want to do it again. It's actually very easy. You can make it private. I'm gonna make it private boolean. I'm gonna call it did once, which is equal to false by default. Then we need another boolean. Again, I'm gonna make it private. So this one is actually gonna say which function we're actually working on. For example, if we are actually talking with a mannequin, or we're interacting with a chair, or interacting with a cup of tea, for example, this boolean. So we need one boolean for each one of the functions. So this function, I'm just gonna say private boolean talk to manic function, for example, function boolean. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it this. I know this sounds a little bit hard, but it's not actually that hard. So we just want to talk with the mannequin in this video, so we just want to create one of these. So if you want to create something for the chair, you're just going to say private boolean interact with chair, for example, function boolean, which is equal to false by default. It's actually how to do it. It's actually that's actually how to do it for other objects. For the end, we need a reference to our slider, so we actually activate it when we are interacting and not have it on all the time. So we're just gonna say public game object. I'm just gonna say slider underline game object. So inside void start, if you don't have void start, you can just deactivate it from the editor, like this. You go to your canvas, you find your slider, you can deactivate it here by default, but you can do it inside the script as well. So I'm just gonna do it inside the script, slider underline game object dot set active false. So whenever our scene starts, our slider is turned off. The next thing we're gonna add are the actual thing, the most important thing here. As you remember, I said I created the run progress boolean to check if we can actually run it or not. We're just gonna say if, let me zoom in, run progress is equal to true. So if we can actually run the progress bar, we just cut everything and put it here. You can cut by Control X or right click and find cut and paste. Another thing I said, if you remember, is the did once. So it's gonna check if we actually did once, and if we did it once, we will stop doing it. So right now, when our progress bar was full, this debug.log would repeat again and again and again. But if we actually say this one here, space, double, and we're just gonna say did once is equal to false. So if we didn't do it once, we will do it again, and we will just make did once equal to true in here, so we won't do it again. So that's how you break it and won't repeat it again and again. You can actually check just this part. It won't work right now because it needs some stuff to give. So we're gonna go ahead and select the object. We have our progress bar script on. It needs that cam interact. You can click on the circle to find the object with the cam interact, or you can just drag and drop the object here, and it needs the slider game object. and it is this one. This is our slider. I think we can just activate and deactivate. I'm just gonna change the duration to 3 seconds. When it is on, I'm just gonna click on run progress. When I'm gonna click on run progress, it will actually activate. When it is ended, it will just type full only once. As you see, it only wrote it once, and it is because we said to do it once. And when we did it once, we just want to stop this run progress that we had before. So to actually deactivate it, so it doesn't, do it again and again and repeat it. So we're just gonna say run progress equal to false. That's how you reset it. And inside here, we gotta check, from which function we actually called. To actually check from which function we actually called it, we're just gonna say if the function we had, which was talk to manic function boolean, we're just gonna say talk to manic function boolean is equal to true. We know that this function was called. So if it is actually equal to true, we know that this function was called. And if we say else if, for example, else if, I don't know, interact with chair, the thing we said is equal to true, we know that that one was called. That's how you do it for multiple objects, but I'll just cover it for one object in this video. So we know that this function is actually called, what to do inside it. So before actually creating the function inside this one, we're just gonna go down here and create 2 public voids, and I'll explain everything to you in the following minutes. So I'm just gonna close my update by clicking here. I'm gonna go down here. First, I'm gonna create the actual function that is gonna be called from our cam interact script, and that function will actually start our progress bar. So to actually do that, we're just gonna say public void. I made it public so I can call it from our cam interact script. Talk manic progress void. Progress. Well, you can name it again whatever you want. First, we're gonna give it our duration, the duration we want. I want it to last, for example, 2 seconds. We need to actually tell our void update to run the progress bar and actually run it. We're just gonna say run progress equal to true. Then we're gonna give it the function we want to cover. For example, we want to talk with the mannequin, so we're just gonna make this one true. So talk to manic function boolean to true. So we say talk to manic function boolean to true. So at the top of these two, we're just gonna say slider underline game object dot set active equal to true, because we want our slider to be activated. Then we want to do the functions. We need another boolean for resetting everything. So when we actually did it once, we want to reset everything. To reset everything, we're just gonna say public void reset progress bar void. Again, you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it reset progress bar void. And in here, we first need to deactivate our run progress just in case. We need to make our past time equal to 0. Past time is actually the time that has passed. We created in the previous parts. We have to make it equal to 0. We need to give our slider dot value, make it equal to 0. The slider was full, so we need to empty it again. For the next one, we're just gonna say did once is equal to false. We're just gonna say reset functions. And it is for when we want to reset everything the function was called. So right now this function was activated, so we just make it equal to false. But it is better to reset every function. For example, if we have a function for talking to the chair, we will reset it again in here. We're just gonna say talk to manic function bool equal to false. If we have something for the chair, we say chair equal to false. We don't have it right now, and because of that, it's not gonna find it. So that was for the reset functions. So this is the void for resetting, and this is the void for actually making the function. So as we created these two, we're gonna go up ahead. We want to do this only once, so we're just gonna say talk to manic function boolean equal to false. We did exactly the same thing as they did once. So you guys gotta know this only happens when our progress bar is full. So when our progress bar is full, we just want to deactivate our progress bar. We don't want to show our progress bar. So we're just gonna say slider let's set active false. What do you guys think about the comment thing I add to my scripts? I do this so it is actually more readable. If you want, I can, stop doing it. You can tell me your opinions in the comment section. And the last thing I'm gonna add here will be actually a reference to our cam interact fears to Fathom. We first gonna go into our cam interact fears to Fathom, this script for the cam interact. I'm gonna add a poll called added part 3 progress bar. So we know that this one was actually added to the function for the part 3 of the progress bar. And it is actually a reference to our fears to Fathom progress bar scripts. We're just gonna say public fears to Fathom progress bar script. We're just gonna say progress script. It's actually needed to call the functions before doing everything. We're just gonna go inside this here for the interaction system. When we interact with it and when we press E, we don't want to do it right away. We want to wait, for example, for the duration amount, which we made it 2 seconds. So we're gonna wait for 2 seconds, then we're gonna run this one. To actually do this, we're gonna call a function in here. We're gonna go inside our fears to Fathom progress bar script. We're gonna activate the progress bar. We're gonna wait for 2 seconds. Then we're gonna return to this script, this cam interact fears to Fathom script, and we're gonna call this function talk to mannequin coroutine. You'll just understand it in the following minutes. If you didn't, you can see the example. So I'm just gonna add a part here for add part 3 progress. You guys know this one is added. So right here, I'm just gonna make this one comment so it won't actually be read. Up here, we're just gonna say progress script, the reference we created to our Fears to Fathom progress bar script. I'm just gonna call the void we created, and it was talk manic progress void, and that's it. Open and close parentheses, and that's how you call it. So when we interact with the mannequin, it's gonna actually go to our code. It's gonna run this one. As you can see, it says one reference. It's gonna call this one. It will make the necessary changes. And it's gonna go inside this void update. It's gonna, show the progress bar. In here, the thing we're gonna call, it's gonna again go into this cam interact, and it's gonna actually call this function. So to actually do this part, we're just gonna go down here, right above the talk to manic coroutine. I'm just gonna create another public void. I'm gonna call it talk to manic void. Be careful about the naming. This one is coroutine, this one is void, and this is only the void. In here, we're just gonna do one simple thing, and it's just only running this coroutine inside. So we're just gonna say start coroutine, talk to manic coroutine. And we're just gonna give this reference to our Fears to Fathom progress bar in here. That's exactly how to do it. We're just gonna go here and say cam interact, the reference we had to our cam interact Fears to Fathom, talk to manic void. This is how we create it. So it's gonna come in here after the progress bar has been full. It's gonna call this one. This one will actually go inside this cam interact Fears to Fathom, and it's gonna actually run the talk to manic coroutine, which will actually create the function of us looking at him and talking to him. We created it in the Fears to Fathom dialog system. If you want to see this, it's part 1. You can click on top of your screen right now. We'll get to the link in the description. After we talk to the mannequin, we just want to reset everything. So to reset everything, it's actually very easy. We're just gonna say reset up here, and to actually call the reset, kind of do the same thing. We're just gonna say progress script dot reset progress bar void. So when we call this one, it's gonna go inside our script. It's gonna run this one. As you see, it says one reference, and that is the reference. It's gonna reset everything. I know it's been a long video. I know it's been it's kind of hard, but that's one way of doing it. That's how I found out a way for it. I hope you guys understood it perfectly. If you didn't, you can ask me any questions in the comment section. I'll try to explain maybe things more better in the comment section. If you didn't understand, I'll just try my best to help you maybe understand this. I think I covered everything. We can just go ahead and check it out. We're gonna go out to the object with the cam interact. It is a progress script, a reference to our again, you can click on this circle. We can drag and drop your object here. Let's go ahead and check it out. So we go ahead, it waits for 2 seconds, then it actually runs our function. So for this interact script, not disappearing, this talk to him not disappearing when we are actually calling, when the progress bar actually appears, it's actually very easy to do that. You're just gonna go ahead and in here, when you click E, in here we're just gonna say added part 3 progress. In here we're just gonna say interact text equal to empty. Let's go ahead and check it out again. You see it disappears, and it's gonna take a while, and it's gonna go ahead and do it. One more thing we want to add, you can add to it for the under this text that appears under it. I think it was this one we created in the previous video. You can even add this one as well. I'll tell you very fast in this video. I just want to cover everything in this video. So for the text, we're just gonna say public text. I'm gonna call it under progress text. So you guys know this is the text under the progress bar, and for each function it is different. So when we're actually calling this talk to mannequin progress in here, we're just gonna say under progress text equal to talking to manic, for example. And when it is finished, we're just gonna go ahead in here. When the function is done, we can just deactivate the text up here, and we don't have to do it in all the functions. We just up here, we're just gonna say under progress bar text equal to empty. We're just gonna again select our progress bar holder and give our text to it. So let's go ahead and check it out. Talking to manic. So that was how to do it. I know it's been a long video, but I tried to explain everything in this video. I tried to explain every bit of things that might have made it confusing for you guys. That was my way of doing it. Of course, there are a lot of ways to doing it. If you guys found out a better way, you can tell me in the comment section. I would be very happy about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be amazing. You can subscribe to see more contents like this. You can give me any opinions, any comments, or anything you want in the comment section. I would be glad to answer them. Hope all the best for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.